welcome to another episode of Stamp Time with Miss Jane. Today is all about a super simple technique. It's called an ink swipe technique. And I got this idea from this picture I'll show you. It's the November SU Color Challenge. And it's using fresh Freesia, Smoky Slate, and Blackberry Bliss. Now, if you saw that picture, it's like a painting and it's very textural, and I just thought, ooh, let's try something simple, but then I'm going to add some embossing paste over the top. So I'll show you this super simple technique. So I have a piece of basic white cardstock. Now I do have half a sheet. I've made it bigger than what I actually want to use. Spot on that side. Bigger than what I actually want to use because when I've had a trial, I've cut some off the top and off the bottom and off the sides. Going to take our Smoky Slate ink pad and our Fresh Freesia ink pad and our Blackberry Bliss ink pad, and all we're literally doing is swiping the ink pad across. But I'm going to not be too heavy-handed if I can. And we're using just the edge here of the closer to the rim, not the bit where we pull out from. Now, let's get playing. So the ink pad's not straight down, it's not straight up, it's kind of a bit on an angle. Okay, I'm kind of using this part of the ink pad. Let's have a little go. So we just get swipey. That was a very light touch. So, whoop. So just depending on how heavy you put, there you go, that's a nice big swipe. How heavy you press, or how inky your ink pad is as well. Okay, so there's a few Smoky Slate ones. Now I'll come in with the Fresh Freesia and we'll add some Fresh Freesias. Whoa, this one's inkier. Whoa, and she sploshed it down. See what I mean by having extra so you can chop off the bits that go a bit funny, but we can always go over that bit with a bit of the Blackberry Bliss colour. Okay, that's enough I think so far for that one. The Blackberry Bliss, so we're just sliding in. So I'm going to take some from off the page first because this is, oh, there we go. Nice and inky. Okay. I might come in over here and add a little bit of the Smoky Slate and maybe a bit more of the Blackberry. Oh, wow. Yep, okay. That was really strong, that piece there. Maybe a bit up in the corner. Righto. So, I mean, it's just sliding your ink pad across the page to get this technique. And it's actually really cool. And you get a different pattern every time you have a play. It's just a lot of fun. And this ink pad is very tough. Right, I'm going to go that way. So pop them aside. Now, like I said, I just wanted to add some more texture to this. So I have my basic Patterns Decorative masks and a mask. And I'm going to pop that over the top. And now just seal it down with a little bit of washi tape. I didn't do this step yesterday and it worked fine. But anyway, we'll put some on today. Oh, when we can open it. Okay. So a little bit of washi tape to hold that down. And then get your embossing paste. I just have the white embossing paste. And this is a new one. I'm going to use some of my old one. And I have a palette knife. Okay. And just grabbing some of this out. Now this one's really old and it looks a bit tacky, but it still worked. And going to swipe. Like I say, it's very tacky. I've had to add water to it to try and get it to play with me. And I'm not too concerned about it fully covering the whole lot. And just swipe that off. Okay. That is as much of that as I am after today. And pull this off. And I'm just going to throw this in a tub of water. But you just rinse it under the tap, or clean it as soon as you possibly can. Now I have lots of texture on this piece. And you'll see that the embossing paste actually takes on it gets a pinky tone. It takes on some of the actual ink from the Blackberry Bliss, because it was still probably you could say it was a tad wet, or the wet of the embossing paste has added to that. Now to make a card with it. Okay, so I'll set this aside to dry. Now I have the Sweet Ice Cream stamp set for a thank you, and I'm going to do a silver embossed piece of thank you. That didn't make sense, but anyway, a strip of thank you. So bit of embossing buddy, there's a mark, ink up the thank you. And I'm actually going to do it on this side and cut a bit out of here. So using the silver embossing powder, add a little or a lot, a little or a lot, out she comes. Okay, tap that off, move that aside, and bringing in the heat tool. Here we go. Changing to a nice bright silver. Just what we want. Fantastic. So I have a thank you. And then I've taken my Pen Flowers dies and I've just cut a silver foil leaf. Just one little leaf. And I have some silver Simply Elegant trim. I have a card base of Blackberry Bliss and a white layer. And then when this dries, I just need to cut a 9.5 by 13.9 centimeter to layer to go on top of this. Okay, but it's still a tad wet, so I will show you my finished project. So I've just twirled a bit of twine, have a leaf, I have this with a banner bit cut out, and this is my finished card. Ta-da! It's a bit snazzy and it's lots of textury and it's really growing on me. I've actually not been a big fan of the ink swiping, but I think this one just looks really snazzy. Really snazzy, and it's so easy, so simple, just to grab your ink pad and slide it across the page. There's no rhyme or reason, heavy-handed, light-handed, and you just get such a different look. Nice and textury. Anyway, this is my ink swiping technique with some embossing powder on top. And I hope you like this one and it's something new for you to give a try to. And until next time, keep smiling, keep stamping.